YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna do something exciting. So we have a brand new shoe. I just got it, and it is none other than Nike's very famous Nike Pegasus lineup. This is the Nike Pegasus 37. And it's super beautiful, and I haven't worn it before, and today I'm gonna go on my first run and let you guys know some first impressions I have on it. So let's get this thing on and get rolling. Okay, so first thing I'm noticing with this right now is the fit is really nice. The upper is super sleek and feels a lot lighter and more breathable than the last couple iterations of the Pegasus. So I'm excited to get this going, so I'm gonna get on my run. I'll let you guys know how that goes, and I will see you guys when I get back. What is up, guys? We are back. I just finished my first run in the Peg 37 here. Super chill run, about 9 miles at 7:15-ish pace. I'll put the Strava data up here, and shameless product plug. If you haven't followed me on Strava yet, highly encourage you to do so because all of my training is up there. And without further ado, let me give you my first impression thoughts on the Nike Pegasus 37. Okay, so fair warning, because this is a first impression and not a full review, which will be coming out after I get 50 miles in this thing, this is just gonna be me riffing about my first thoughts on the shoe. So I'll save most of the specs and real name stuff for the full review that comes out, that'll be out in a couple weeks. So stay tuned for that. But without any further ado, let's get started off on the upper. So the upper is a engineered mesh upper, and I think I told you guys at the very beginning, my very first impression at the slide-in was super breathable upper. Even though it's black and it's summertime, I had a really easy time kind of letting my foot breathe in this shoe. And the shoe is actually see-through, so that should tell you all you need to know about how breathable it is. The lacing system, super easy. I thought the fit was really comfortable. The lacing system was actually engineered to have a secure lockdown on the midfoot and fit a lot of different foot styles. So shout out to Nike on that one. I think it worked on my foot at least. I have a very narrow foot, so this was pretty standard, I think, as far as widths go. It wasn't what I'd call wide, but it wasn't what I'd call narrow. Moving on, I like the little heel flare out, which is nice because if you have any issues with your Achilles scraping up on the heel counter, then this kind of solves that issue. And lately I've been having that problem, so it's super nice to have this in there. One thing I wanted to do was compare the Pegasus to an older Pegasus model, and I didn't run the 36, but I ran in the 33, 34, and 35. And here is the 35. So you can see right now the mesh uppers are completely different. The 37, way more lightweight, way more breathable, and much lighter. So shout out to Nike on that. The heel flares are kind of the same, but I would honestly say I liked the 37 more even after the first run. I know there's a small break-in period for a lot of shoes, but this, not so much. This was pretty easy to go into. I didn't have any hot spots, and it was super chill. We'll get back to this shoe in a second, but I also wanted to compare something that I noticed on this shoe that is kind of comparable to another shoe some of you might know, and that is the Nike Vaporfly Next %. You can kind of tell something they did with these toe-offs were, instead of putting it in the middle of the shoe, they put it on the side of the shoe. I love that, as opposed to kind of a traditional, as you can see here on the 35, a more center toe-off box here. And that's pretty cool because if anybody knows something about the biomechanics of running, traditionally what happens is you land on the outside of your heel and roll in and toe off on the inside of your toe, kind of where the big toe would be. So you'd think that's actually a more ergonomical design feature. That's pretty cool. So that's pretty cool, and that's something I noticed there. And also the lacing systems are very similar on these two. So the Peg 37, not quite as lightweight or translucent upper as the Vaporfly Next %, but I'd say that's probably for the better because this is more of a trainer, and I'll get to that at the end of this first impression. So moving on to the midsole. This was pretty game-changing for me. So full length React midsole. Nike's doing us dirty with that Nike React midsole again. Pretty sure that's where they're going with pretty much all of their shoes at this point, all of their daily training shoes. The React is a very reliable, soft, yet responsive midsole. Something I noticed on this one though is that it didn't feel quite as soft for me as it has in, say, the React Miler, which is something I did a review on a week or two ago, and I urge you to go check that review out. I'll put the link up right here. I don't think I minded that because I don't think that this shoe is trying to get into that sort of run style. I think it's made for a little something different, and I'll get to that again near the end of this impression. Also, Nike's doing a cool thing. So in the 35, I don't want to get too far away from the 37, but in the 35, you see that they had a Cushlon midsole, which definitely is a little heavier and definitely is a little less soft. So I love the switch to React. I think that's a good idea. Something they did traditionally in the last couple models was that they had an air zoom unit, which is Nike's kind of air pocket cushioning system within the foam. They put it throughout the entire midsole, and that was pretty cozy. But for this model, they changed it to just putting it in the forefoot, and they moved it up. So instead of having it on the lower side of the midsole, they have it on the higher side of the midsole, closer to your foot, closer to your, they have it... You could... Closer to your foot. I don't even know what I'm saying here, guys. I'm sorry. Closer to your foot. And I definitely felt that in a lot of the run. I thought it was really soft, really plushy. And something cool Nike's doing too is that they actually changed the density per square inch of the shoe depending on if you're in a male or a female shoe. So the density in the women's is 15 and the density in the men's is 20. And I'll talk more about that in my full review. But just know that I noticed it in my very first run. Moving on to the outsole, we're kind of back on that traditional Nike waffle outsole, blown rubber. Nike's still going into that decoupled groove, which is great. I think that adds to the flexibility of the shoe, and it makes for a more efficient stride from heel to toe off. And I think the durability of this outsole is going to be kind of the same you'd get with any Pegasus. They're known for their reliability and ability to get you through the daily miles and some workouts, and just kind of be a go-to shoe for any sort of training style you may have. And I think in this one particularly, we're going to see a really nice ratio between the outsole durability and the midsole durability, because I think something I've noticed with the Pegasus in the past is that the durability of the outsole usually outlasts the durability of the midsole. And I think with the Nike React foam now, as opposed to the Cushlon foam, I think they're going to be more in sync with durability. And, you know, preliminary thoughts and prediction on mileage is 3 to 4, maybe 500 miles if you're really efficient runner. So now I'm going to go on to a quick positive and drawback of the shoe. So my first positive is going to be that air pocket in the front. I thought that was really nice. I thought that was super soft. It really made me want to get on my toes and push forward. Even though I didn't go that fast, I think the shoe encourages you to go fast. As well as, I think it makes it a versatile shoe, because if you need to go out and you need to get in something a little slower, a little easier, this shoe can do that. But also, if you need to pick up the pace and maybe run a tempo or do a progression long run, then I think this shoe is going to get that done for you as well. My initial drawback is that maybe it's a little too firm. That's with a question mark, because I think I still have a little bit of break-in period to do, but this didn't quite feel as soft as maybe other Nike React foams has felt before, so maybe I'm just with the wrong impression there, but that was kind of how I felt about the shoe. I thought at times it felt a little too firm underfoot, but on the other hand, it's a pretty responsive shoe. So if you're looking to go out there and kind of go a little bit faster, change some gears, I think this is going to be a good shoe that you can also double as a daily trainer. I'm going to use this shoe for quicker daily training, kind of medium long run days between 8 to 12 miles. When I want to pick up the pace, I'll go out there maybe if I'm doing kind of an unofficial workout, if I want to do a progression run. I think that's going to be a great option for that. What I don't think this is going to be used for is intervals on the track. Maybe if you're running a tempo on the track, that might work out just fine, but I don't see myself running mile repeats or anything shorter than that in the Nike Pegasus. But overall, super good first impression. I had a lot of fun running in it, and I can't wait to get more miles on this to bring you guys my full review in the coming weeks. So with that about does it for my quick first impression of the Nike Pegasus React. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, overall, super fun first run, and I can't wait to get more miles in the Nike Pegasus 37. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you're enjoying the content, please feel free to like, subscribe, and smash that bell button. Super appreciate all of the interaction you guys are giving in my channel. Everything helps, and I'm really having a lot of fun interacting with all of you guys too. So you guys are the reason I keep coming back for these, and I'm super excited to bring you more content. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here today, guys. So as always, you know the drill. Stay healthy, stay chill. Cheers, friends.